Who you gonna call? Coon Busters. This is Dr. Randy Short. It is approximately 8:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on March 12th, 2019. And of course, it's Eastern Standard Time, and I'm here in Washington, D.C. And today, this is our first Coon Busters via YouTube. I want to talk to you about a whole bunch of things, y'all. There's lots to talk about. First and foremost, I have to say, the one person I really can't stand. I need to get this out, is Oprah Winfrey. If Oprah Winfrey had um, um, an iota of common sense for every dollar that she had, she would have known never to trash Michael Jackson. In as much as she has a past and present, I mean, of being a hoe, being a hoe, being a procurer for Harvey Weinstein, for being basically the biggest black man hating person since the Ku Klux Klan started in 1865. She is dragging Michael Jackson, and she's been dogging black men her whole time. Maybe because she wished she was a black man. Why else is she dealing with Gail, who looks like Denzel Washington with the weave? We're really sick of it, Oprah. I've never really followed you. I've never liked you. I've never been for you. I've met you one time. You're such a mean person, and I can see past you. And I don't care how many cars you give away. In fact, uh, actually, what you need to give away is your wicked lifestyle and get saved and stop talking all this new age garbage because you're going to burn in hell with all your money. Somebody needed to tell you that. The other thing is there's all kinds of stuff going on in the political realm, and someone needs to say something about it. Now, I want to go straight to Chicago, where you have two very suspect black women, one that looks like Archie in his 80s, and the other one that looks like Minnie the maid from The Help, played by Octavia Spencer. And of course, she's the one that had the pie with the excrement, or if you're from the street, shit in it. And actually, in the movie, it was a white woman that didn't treat Minnie right that had to eat the pie with the shit in it. But in real life, this lesbian Gestapo named Lori Lightfoot, that I'm calling Whoring Dykefoot, she's a white, radical, lesbian, feminist operative whose mission is to destroy black Chicago. She has a white uh, lover that looks like Larry Bird, and she's female. And the other woman, I mean, she has a white husband, and who they're both Jewish, and neither of these people are going to do anything for black folks. They're monsters. They hate our guts, and nobody should support Lori Lightfoot. She's the worst of the two. Lori Lightfoot is an evil woman. She's against reparations. She supports police brutality. She's been a prosecutor throwing black men in jail while she's having carpet to carpet affairs with her white lesbian Zionist lover. So, she's useless. She's dead to us. Black folks are fools if they vote for her. And I'm just noticing all these gay black women that they're running for office to oppress us. You know, let a straight black woman get in office. Let a black woman that has a child have an office. Let a black woman that has a husband, a black husband at that, have an office. And all these fake LGBTQ agents who are basically nothing but agents, white sodomite industrial complex agents. That's all Lori Lightfoot is, ever will be, forever and ever. Amen. Amen and amen to that. Okay. And yes, we know uh Prickwinkle, I call her Prick Tinkle. She's not much better. She's a operative of Daily, but eh, they're just useless. But don't vote for Lori. Don't vote for Lori. Lori's nothing. She's never going to be anything. Hate Lori Dykefoot. Hate her, and just have nothing to do with her. There's nothing in it for us. Don't be fooled that she's different. She's worse than Prick Tinkle. Would simply just forget about it. Um, I just want to add in, the Equality Act is going to be dropped in Congress next tomorrow, on Wednesday, March 13th, the 13th, y'all, 2019. Our drunken mafia princess, Nancy D'Alessandro Pelosi, is going to introduce this legislation that they're going to put in committee. They're going to change the number. It was H.R. 2282. We don't know what the number is going to be until the parliamentarian in Congress decides it tomorrow. But this bill is going to gut civil rights, destroy religious liberty. It's going to legalize pedophilia, bestiality. It's going to get rid of the concept of male and female, and exactly 59 key important laws and policies in government. Be against it. Call your Congress people. Go and look them up. Call them and tell them you don't want the Equality Act. I'm saying to African Americans, you are stupid, you are foolish, you are an idiot if you think that these things that they want to provide for and the Equality Act that's so awful can't happen, can't hurt, can't burn you, can't bite you on the behind. It is coming unless you and I stop it. The news isn't talking about it. The media is in collusion to get this through, slide it by, deceive us, trick us, rook us, and then enslave us to this. I can't emphasize enough the Equality Act 2019 2020. They've got a year to get it through. Nancy Pelosi on January 3rd this year declared this was her priority. The entire civil rights establishment, the NAACP, the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, the National Action Network, the Urban League, many of the black church denominations, the Greeks, and the professional associations are supporting this Equality Act. It's going to hurt us. Wake up, get woke. Bernie Sanders, please don't support him. And I hope y'all caught on my Facebook wall that Joe Biden, who I'm calling Joe Biden, supported mass incarceration for African Americans. He supported preventing schools from being desegregated. His son covered up for human trafficking and lynching of blacks in the state of Delaware. You do not want Joe Biden. Don't support Joe Biden. Don't support anybody. In fact, I want to say this about Congressman Clyburn, the one that looks like Uncle Ben's with no chef hat on. He is an enemy of our people. He's bought, sold, paid for worse than the biggest slave in the movie Mandingo. You don't want these people representing us. We really need to start looking at getting rid of a lot of the people who are Democratic that are in the Congress that have been there too long. They hate our guts. Ilhan Omar, it's hype. She's a Zionist toy. She's got a bunch of liberal Zionists working on her staff. She's pro-LGBTQ. She's anti-African American. She's not for reparations. She is, wow. She's for open borders and for DACA. She doesn't like us. We shouldn't like her. She's fake. She's fake. She's fake. She's fake. She's fake. Maxine Waters. She's a liar. I mean, in fact, she doesn't even have a real 1965 Live at the Apollo James Brown edition wig. I don't know where she found hers. She lied last year at the N'COBRA conference that if the people wanted reparations, she would support it. Maxine Waters is a fraud. She's a liar. The only thing real about her is that she wants to get paid. She's a crook. She's a liar. She's done nothing but let her district where the blacks are be destroyed, marginalized. They're all in Skid Row. That's Maxine Waters' district where you see the black people living under the blue plastic and in tents with lice and typhus. That's what Maxine Waters wants for you and me. John Lewis, he's got more estrogen than soy milk, okay? He's a coon. He's doing nothing about the HIV/AIDS epidemic in his district, and black folks are losing everything in Atlanta. Sheila Jackson Lee, same difference. Her whole area is being gentrified. The blacks being pushed out. These black folks in Congress that are Democrats support the destruction of black people. Stop voting for them. Stop supporting them. dislike them. In fact, get their numbers and call them. And all of them support the Equality Act. They all support the outsourcing of civil rights from blacks to the folks who can pay them, LGBTQ folks and folks in other ethnic groups with money to buy them. They're not there for you. Elijah Cummings, aside from looking like a bionic, supersized John Lewis, he's useless to people in Baltimore. I mean, I can go on and on. Get the names of the black members of Congress. Call them. Tell them to resign. You don't like the Equality Act. In Chicago, don't vote for that Lori Lightfoot. Vote for the woman that looks like Archie in his 80s. You remember the Archie comic books. Her name is Prickwinkle. Vote for the one whose name starts with the P and not the one whose name starts with the L if you've got problems reading, like a lot of black folks who didn't take education seriously. I hope you know the difference between an L and a P. In fact, lesbian starts with the L, word L, the letter L. So a whole lot of sisters know how to spell lesbian because y'all into that. Don't vote for Lori. Vote for Prickwinkle. In fact, there's a P word that y'all also know. You know how something starts with a P. Okay. Now, I was going to also say to you that pray for Venezuela. Hope Trump and them don't go in there. We don't need that. I want y'all to be very careful and watching what's going on the next couple of days. Now, I only have another minute on here. I'm going to try to wind this up very quickly. I want to encourage all of you to be on the lookout for the Equality Act. Do everything that you can to make people aware. It's the worst thing that could happen to black folks in the last 100 years. If you like what I'm doing and you want to drop me something, hey, how you doing, brother? I plan to expand my social media reach. I'm going to need to. I'm at, if you want to send me something, drop me something, join this or whatever, as I'm learning how to make this work, I'm wrandyshort@gmail.com. Send me a piece. Believe it or not, every now and then you send me a piece. I was able to send a piece to somebody in Liberia that had, they're actually in Ghana. I was able to send them about 150 Ghanaian dollars while they deal with their malaria treatment. And so when folks bless me, I bless others. I will be eventually. We're going to start doing our African Orthodox Fellowship. I'm going to start doing it over YouTube as well as on Facebook Live, so we have a maximum reach out to people. Brother Keith, how you doing? I talked to Brother Darren today. He's trying to get Blacks in Wax booked for some time towards the end of this month on a Saturday. So as soon as I know, I'll tell people. I am also reaching out to you. If you live in the DC, Baltimore area, I'm looking for folks who are willing to walk the halls of Congress with me. I said like a year or so ago that we need to start going up to Congress as black folks and demanding that these coons do what we want. And we need to have a presence up there to visit them, do an exorcism or something, but make them aware. Bring your camera phones. If you want to do that, I'm wrandyshort@gmail.com. I repeat, WRANDYSHORT@gmail.com. I'm looking for people who can both, people who can be on the ground, walk with me, or other people go on teams and visit these people impromptu. And then I need folks to become a army. We need folks that can call. For example, I'd love for everybody who hears this to call John Lewis's office. John Lewis's office number is 202-225-3801. I repeat, 202-225-3801 is John Lewis's office number. Call and tell him that he has no business supporting the Equality Act. If you're in Baltimore, Brother Keith, the number to call Elijah Cummings is 202-225-4741. 202-225-4741. If you don't know the name and the number to your congressman, I don't remember all of them by heart. That's too many. The Capitol Hill operator's number is 202-225-3121. Again, 202-225-3121. Call the Congressional Black Caucus folks and tell them that you don't want them supporting this Equality Act. If you're in Prince George's County, call Anthony Brown. I think his number is 202-225-8699. Call these people. If you call Maxine Waters numbers 202 225 2201. 202 225 2201 is Maxine Waters' number. Call these people and tell them stop selling us out, stop betraying us. We want reparations, not pedophilia. We want reparations, not pedophilia. We want reparations, not pedophilia. Repent. Stop doing this. Stop selling us out. We're not going to support you anymore. We have to make these people feel the collective rage and anger of folks. Maybe you're not going to vote, and maybe waiting until the vote comes in November 2020 is too late. Why not call and raise hell now? Get the numbers, call them. I'm on Facebook, Randy Short at Facebook. I'm Randy Lancaster Short on Facebook. Um, if you're in Baltimore, I definitely want. I'm close to Baltimore. Hey, how you doing? Uh, Yafar, how you doing? Um, I want in Baltimore. I think we could give Elijah Cummings a hard time. If Elijah Cummings has a congressional office in Baltimore, I'll find the address. We can go there, or at least other people need to make this dude who helps foreigners, everybody but blacks in Baltimore. He helps everybody, the Asians, the Jews, the whites, the gays, just not black people. It's the same thing with this butch we have in D.C. named Eleanor Holmes Norton. All of these people support sanctuary cities. They support the dispossession of black people that's being replaced by others and our own land of birth. This is worse than apartheid. We have to stop this, and we can. Stop supporting sellout, coon, pro LGBTQ, pro abortion, pro illegal aliens, pro sanctuary city, pro DACA, pro black folks being poor without reparation, Democratic coons. Stop supporting them. Um, be a coon buster. Don't worry, we got stuff coming. I'm meeting. If you know anyone that wants to be in touch with me, send me an email. I do write people back. I'm not like certain folks who have a trillion people on their platform, right? That nobody, they're too busy. I do want to talk to folks. Um, Always be in touch. If you're very serious, drop me an email, wrandyshoot@gmail.com. If you can't call, if you can't tweet, if you can't Facebook, if you can't make a meeting, send a small contribution. You'd be surprised. $5, that's enough for me to take the train back and forth to Capitol Hill because you're not paid to do this. But if people put a little in, the same way the lobbyists pay your Congress people to stab you in the back, some of our people can put a few pennies on activists and folks who are doing what they can do to stand in the gap for our people. So think about that. Work with me. Um, and understand that if there is a way out. We've got to come together. We've got to unify. I see on Twitter there's a black political party. I don't know what they're about. We're trying to see. We've got to find a way to form an assembly where we can make demands. I'm just one person, one 50 something person who happens to have a little bit of time, in as much as I've gotten in so much trouble with this fat black mouth of mine, talking about issues that people don't want to hear until you're underemployed, so it gives you time to raise hell. One day they're going to realize it was a real mistake to punish outspoken people by giving them time to raise hell. They would have rather us had 10 or 12 jobs. We'd be too busy to go out and fight for the people. So I thank God in one way I can do what I can do to help mine and my own. Of course, nobody can do this alone. You guys are needed. And believe me, your phone calls, your emails, your tweets are needed. If you have access, there's a website called Gone, the number two, gone too far.org. We have a petition against the Equality Act. You can go there and sign it, share it with other people. We working with white folks. Why? Because it's hard sometimes finding black folks that'll stand with you. Come on, black folk. This is our community. This stuff is on our front porch. We're being pushed out, starved out, shot out, beat out, drugged out, lied out. We've got to push back. Okay, I'm coming up on 20 minutes. God bless all of you. Be coon busters. I'm out.